Hey guys, welcome back to episode 4 of Madbird plays the Banner Saga. So last time we met, we abandoned. Let me start again. We are currently playing as Rook, who is now sort of the chieftain of this ragtag group of survivors from Skogr, who have abandoned their town because of consistent, very large dredge attack. And we've gone through a couple of towns, a couple of things have happened, some extra people have joined us, and we're just resting by the side of the road now, so let's go talk to Oddleaf. Oh, and we found out that Alette is apparently Rook's son, so no romance on the horizon there, which is not what I was expecting. How are you doing, Odd? I'm alright. Not at first. Sometimes when a loved one dies, people say it doesn't sink in for a while. It sunk in for me right away. People tell me I'm a strong woman. It's funny. My father called me Oddleaf before I was even born. He wanted a boy so badly. Strong woman. What does that even mean? People look up to you. Don't take this the wrong way, but I don't want to be known for handling my feelings. If I feel nothing about my husband dying, people think I'm strong. If I cry because my insides feel like they're on fire, I'm weak. What does that mean? Why does that feel so backwards? I'm sorry, Rook. It's been hard. You're not sure what to say. In the many years you've known the chieftain's wife, this is probably the most you've ever talked. You asked me to come find you? Yes, it's about the banner. I've thought about it a long time. He asked me to give it to you. You know, if something happened. Why me? He always depended on you, Rook. It should be mine. I could carry it. But I thought about why he named you. I get it. They won't follow a woman. Families would leave. Our banner would be divided. I would vouch for you. Come on, Rook. This isn't the time for pretend. It's not just about our small town. What happens the first time we need something from another clan? How will that go? The first time someone thinks they can take advantage of us. I think this is what was to happen. Maybe this is what it means to be a strong woman. She looks sideways, eventually giving over a timid smile. I'm not sure if that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, or the sweetest. Listen, I know I've dragged this out, and the truth is, my husband and I could never have a child. I don't want our banner to end here. It'll be safe with you and Alette. I know you're going to take care of her. She puts her hand on your shoulder, and she heads back to the camp. Maybe there'll be some romance here. With old white breeches. I don't know what that means. And I sort of feel dirty and want to have a shower after saying it. What can we do? Hogan and Mogan. I just like that they got the exact same name. What's their abilities? He's got bloody flail. Are they the exact same thing? Okay, they're literally the same thing. Let's take Mogan. Because Hogan, I don't want Hulk Hogan. I don't want Hulk Hogan to help me out. Bjark and Rune, who doesn't have a thing. Everyone has a thing. Never mind them. How much supplies have we got? 10 days, yeah, we can rest a day. People still not happy, god damn it. Leave. Let's get back on the road, peoples. To Frostvellr. Oh, I'm gonna cough. At a small split in the trail, a few fighters stop to speak with you, each carrying a single pack. We recognize this place, one man says. Spent several years here with some kin. If they're still around, we have to warn them of what's coming. With luck, we'll find you again in less than a week. Wish the fighters well, see them off with extra supplies, remind everyone that they're free to do as they please. You think you'll survive out there on your own? Tell them they're needed here. Let's just wish them well. You nod your understanding. Kin is kin, you say. Do what you must to protect them. The man claps you on the shoulder, and the fighters depart. -8 fighters. There's Frostvellr. Complaints of Raffensvartir's excessive drinking have resurfaced. This time, the man stumbled over some tent ropes, pulled the snagged canvas through a campfire, nearly setting a supply wagon aflame. Clansmen put out the fire on both the wagon and Raffensvartir... for fuck's sake! Raffensvartir's leg before leading him to Raffensvartir. There we go. Punish him physically, ban him from camping near the others in future. This man drinks nothing but water from now on. Raffensvartir groggily agrees, slurring his way through promises to quit being such a nuisance. Many of the onlookers snort or roll their eyes, but go back to their business. Somehow, you doubt it'll be long before Raffensvartir manages to find another drink, whether you allow it or not. Well, next time, I'm gonna beat the shit out of him. Dredge! Shouts a man from the back of the caravan. It's Raffensvartir, the unabashed drunk, staggering towards you, looking not entirely sober. He screams again, pointing to the trees in the distance. Fear races through the caravan as fighters pull out their weapons. Scouts return with no sightings, and furious men surround Raffensvartir. Ready yourself against Dredge, just in case. There'll be time for that later, you tell the men. For now, we'll take no chances. A full day of uneasy rest passes with no sign of Dredge. The caravan is annoyed by the scare and the delay. Eventually, Raffensvartir bursts into laughter, and you were sure there never were any Dredge. Not long after, Raffensvartir goes missing. Nobody searches for him, or seems to mind. Good riddance.
Once a strong, thriving city, the walls of Frostvellr now just keep the howling winds at bay. With luck, they'll hold out against Dredge as well.
God. Literally, most beautiful game ever. You jostle through fallow crowds of sunken faces who appear as though they have been freezing in front of Frostvellr for days. Frostvellr for days. The gates are closed. You come to the stop at the bottom of the hill. Oh dear. This is not looking good. Why are there so many people in the fields? We can't stay outside in the open like this. Oddleif finds you amongst the many refugees. Rook, I just talked to some of the women here. Nobody is being let into the city. Why? It's overrun with Val from Blotsbalapir, Greyhorn, people from Bitra, all the nearby villages. The Dredge are everywhere. The chieftain of Frostvellr has locked himself in his great hall. That's when they close the gates. When the Dredge come, these hills will turn red. We have to get in there. We're getting in the wall somehow. I want to know more about what's going on here. Let's lay low for now and see what happens. Where else could we go? I don't know what to do. I want to know more about what's going on in there. I see a lot of people gathered around the rest houses and the gates. We could find out what they know. How would we get in anyway? They closed the gate. I can get that gate open. Let's see if there's another way before we start breaking down gates. I wasn't going to break it, just push really hard. Oh, God, that's beautiful. Those weird trees, not the halo around them. Gate. You approach the gate, where hundreds of people have gathered. In the trodden, bloody space in front of the doors, several pin-cushioned bodies lay unclaimed, as though they simply belonged there. Archers up on the wall make it clear that nobody will be getting in. Men and women below intermittently call for mercy and reason, when they're not flinging stones and curses. Ivor, did you really expect to push these gates open? I'm willing to try, grunts Ivor, despite sizing up doors that look like they could hold back an army. And when men start shooting arrows and pouring out to stop you, then you kill them, he says. You're not sure what this sounds like. You're not sure this sounds like the most sound plan. We're not doing this. This is a terrible idea, you say. We don't even know how many people are in there. Ivor folds his arms. He seems almost relieved that he didn't have to live up to his earlier boast. Let's find out more from the crowd. You spend an hour talking to different people who all have the same story. A couple of days ago, the chieftain shut himself in, closed the gates, and refused any more refugees. They've got huge stores of supplies in there too, adds one man. They're just hoarding them. Shout at the guards. We're from Skogr. Open the gates, you shout to the archers, not expecting much. You get as much response as you expected. Archers up on the walls make it clear that no... Oh, I already read that. Leave the gates and try something else. You leave the crowds and head back down the hill. There are a lot of people gathered around the rest houses, says Oddleaf, pointing. Maybe we can help there, or at least make ourselves useful. Where's the rest houses? Is that like rest, or is this somewhere else? What if I go to the gate again? Is it just the same thing? It's just the same thing. Blah blah blah. Let's go to the rest house then. You spend a whole day at the rest houses. Everyone gives you the same story. There are a lot of wounded people here, adds Let. We could help them. The rest house is overflowing with refugees, the sick and wounded, and noise. Tend to the wounded, settle in for the long haul, rest for a day, leave and let's tend to the wounded. Ella and Oddleaf spend the day with the others in the caravan treating wounds, most of which came from the archers at the gates. I overheard from one woman that the city has been sending carts with food around, Oddleaf tells you. Could be a way in, Ivor replies. Next time they send a cart, we bring it back in. Oddleaf protests. Aside from leading to a fight, it would probably mean no more food for the refugees. We'll wait and confront them. Keep your sword down until we need it, you tell Ivor. We'll make a deal, unless they're looking for a fight. Early the next day, you spot another cart leaving the gates of the city. After they've thrown their scraps to the refugees, you approach. Stop. My friend wanted to talk to you. It's not what I wanted. Think I can guess why. If we knew there were more fighters than Val out here, Akil might have brought you into the city. Who's Akil? He's in charge up there. In charge of what? Better let him explain. Fine, let's go. He nods. You follow him back up to the gates, where they open the doors for you. A man clad in black approaches you as you step inside. Clad in black is never a good thing. Oh my god! His face. What in the depths is this? The man orders his guards to get the doors closed again before the refugees notice. You said you wanted fighters. You heard about the chieftain? We heard he's hiding out in the Great Hall. Oh really? You think you mean hiding out in a grave? He's eating worms, if that wasn't clear. What happened in there? Soon as they heard Dredge were coming, anyone who couldn't swing an axe got one to the head. That's the short story, anyway. At least 3 clans in here are warring over turf and food, and the worst are the godforsaken Val. He eyes Ivor and shrugs with exaggeration, as if simply stating the obvious. We're in more danger here than out there? Look, I was in charge here before things went to crap. You've got some people who can fight, you've got your own Val. That counts for something. I can keep your flock safe in the Great Hall. You fight for me, and to take back Frostvellr. I don't take sides. Too hard to tell when the good guys have become the bad. Fine, cut these sheep loose and watch your own asses. What do I care? All I want right now is to get out of the damn streets. Think carefully about what you want. We'll fend for ourselves inside Frostvellr. You can feel Akil sizing you up on the spot, his hand hovering near his axe. He snorts through his nose, changing his mind. Good luck then. Hope we don't meet them again fighting for the same scraps. With the gates closed, Akil and his men disappeared down the dark alleys. Hope we know what we're doing. Making it up as we go, Ivor. Oh, I thought... Chapter 3, Little Did They Sleep. I thought they were going to let all our people in. Damn it. Going back to the Val. Hakon, we're back. I was able to get about as many warriors from Strand as you wanted, and more weapons. Extra supplies too. You perk up, just now realizing that Moger has been talking to you. Since Vognir died, everyone has been looking to you to make the decisions. It's exhausting. Hakon? I heard you. I was saying the Val we sent to Strand have returned. The governor gave us most of what we wanted. Good enough. Much resistance from the governor? Some. I don't think he was happy about us buying his fighters and using his own money. He also insisted we take on a lackey of his to watch over his property, a man named Eric. Eric? I met him. He seemed competent enough. Regardless, the governor will have to get over it, unless he wants Dredge crawling through his streets. We've put down every slag that has wandered through here while you were gone. Enough flapping of mouths, then. You sure that wound is healed, Luden? I agree. Enough has already gone wrong. If something happened to the prince on a mission of peace, the alliance would rot. Or worse. They're right, Luden. Return to Strand. Go home. Why? Aren't you the fabled dredge killers? How did you let them get this far south? We're not watchmen for the world. Watch your tone. If they're here, then something has gone wrong at Schlid. And you shouldn't be here. We would only be made to do this again later. I will not suffer it all a second time. Either take us through the wandering road, or do your job and slaughter some dredge. Luden turns abruptly, with a scowl. He stamps back to his ring of tents and followers. Wandering road's not an option with this many. I could crush that boy's skull with one hand. If Luden won't be deterred, you'll have to deal with it. Don't let Luden get to you. Let's go. I'm sick of looking at this dump. What do I tell the warriors, Hakon? Tell them to be cautious. No more losses. Will do. Give the word and we'll set off. What's the Wanderer's Road? I want to look that up on the map. Map. And what's Schlid? By the same token. Wanderer's Road. The Wandering Road. At the end of the First Great War, the Vaal had more to contend with than mankind in the south. Above the Bratterbeck peaks, the lands crawled with furious, war-minded dredge. The first Vaal king, Einar, led the entire Vaal race across the snowy fields of the Wandering Road, sweeping away dredge as they went, before forming the first Vaal kingdom at Einartoft. Where's Einartoft? There it is, up there. There's Schlid, one of the forts built by the Vaal in a relentless push to hold back the dredge. While that role would eventually be replaced by the Stonehorn to the north, Schlid stood for a long time as one of the few strongholds keeping the dredge at bay. That's the Stonehorn. And that's the Greyhorn, which they mentioned, and the Skyhorn, didn't know that one. The Greyhorn they mentioned over in Setterlund, in Rook's. Words in Rook's dialogues. So the forts are falling. Let's go talk to Uden, who was our main character before. You knew him well, didn't you? Vognir? No. Oh, well, I don't know. I remember him. Always rushing around with some important business, but I never knew him. Never got a chance to talk much. Longer than I did, in any case. I suppose so. When he spoke, Vaal listened. I knew that. I could use help there. The Scrivener leans back, considering the sentiment. I've seen worse. They respect you for your ability to swing an axe. They need to respect you for your actions. But you're not talking to the right Vaal. Mogir's got some skill there. Most I can do is hold a quill. What are you always putting down in that journal? I heard you were a what are you always putting down in that journal? How do you mean? What do I write? I write what happens. They've got a banner in Aberrang for that, you know. You mean the long banner? Yes, the Menders wove up something that writes its own history. You want my opinion? I don't trust it. No? It tells a broad story. I think there's some value in it in the narrow. Whose story does it write? Mine? Theirs? Luden's? Gods forbid. Ha, you relic. The gods have been dead a long time. Oh, have they? Old habits, I suppose. I heard you were a terror in your day. Do you know how old I am? Dare I ask? I'm competing, you know. Nobody knows how old we Vaal can get. Naturally. There's one by the name of Snorri. He's got a few years on me, just hunkers in Gruffheim, collecting rhyme. Bastard might actually beat me. Another one named Krumur is close, I think, but the addled son of a bitch still welcomes a fight. He'll probably be off before I am. Although, Scrivener gestures around him as if to remind you of the current situation. You chuckle. Anyway, what difference does it make? I'm just a oh god, sorry. I'm just a delivery baron for Jorundur now. Can't remember half of what I've done. Hence the journal. Hence, don't get fancy on my behalf, Hakon. Okay, I won't. What do you suppose happened to the sun? Gods, how should I know? Never seen something like this before. Are you worried? Some of the Val in the caravan think the world's coming to an end. Others think it's the best thing that could happen. No more black months. I'll take it. If it's the end, I'm ready. What about the rest of us? To the depths with you. Ha! Get some rest. Always more marching to do. I've hoofed more hills than a horse born with a grudge. Don't worry about me. And let's also talk to Skogr. I'd ask how you're dealing with Vognir's death, but I already know the answer. Do you? Steady old Skogr, which is good. Oh, steady old Skogr, which is good. I know most of these Val, but they're not under my command. They came to follow Vognir. Tell you the truth, I wouldn't want to be in your position either. Anything you can tell me about the caravan? Throw together this many Val, half of them want to hit each other, the rest wants to be left alone. Anyone I should keep an eye on? There's a couple of clan leaders trying to show off for each other. Not a big deal, I've got it under control. The fighters we got from Strand aren't bad, but they're unruly. Give it a few days. And there are more than a few moaning about fighting for you instead of Vognir. Those are the ones I worry about. What about Ludin's men? They don't want to hear anything from me, I know that. Any problems? Could be. Ludin's pet Val is named Bercy. I'm not sure where he came from or what his deal is. Bastard knows how to fight, but there's something I don't like about him. His girl in red is scary too, Irsa. She's probably the best fighter Ludin's got, to be honest. I've heard some of the Val call her the Witch. Why? The flaming arrows, I think. It's a good trick, but the fire upsets our Val more than the dredge. Still doesn't make much sense. Witch? They're not scholars, Hakon. I think they're just mostly afraid of her. That makes more sense. Don't let her find out. Haven't you ever wanted to be in command? More than I am? Any more rope and I'd hang myself. I doubt that. I forget, you weren't around back then. At one point I had more rope. I hung myself. So no, I'm not interested in your command. It's all yours. Thanks. You think we'll be walking into a death trap? This many Val? No, we should be alright. Things could get rough though. I don't like being the one to send Val to their deaths. I like worrying about myself, and that's the extent of it. Who would have expected Vognir to drop like that to a couple of slag? I'm still wondering what happened. He had hundreds of dead slag to his name. I don't get it. Just happens sometimes. No big moment. I'm sure it surprised him even more than us. Although, I have to wonder. Nah, never mind. Anyway, I'll worry about the warriors. You worry about not doing something stupid. That's asking a lot. What were you holding about Vognir? I'd rather not say, Hakon. Why not? It's the kind of thing that gets stuck in your head, and you need a clear one. It's better if you let me worry about it. If you say so, keep it to yourself. If there's a reason to bring it up again, I will. Let's get back to it. Let me know if you need anything else. I will. Heroes. Let's get your icon on this as well. Don't have any items. Is there a market here? Map. No, no market. That's a lot of tents. Let's leave, I guess. Oh. Look at that, says Skogr. In the hills, more dredge. No more than a dozen, though. We could just as easily pass by as rush up there to slaughter them. Ludin overhears. There's a dozen dredge heading towards Strand, he says. You ask him when he started to care about Strand. I don't, he replies. I thought you did. It'd be a waste of time, Strand can handle that. Skogr sends some warriors to take care of it. We'll deal with it ourselves. The caravan stops and waits while you lead a small detachment up the hillside to take care of the dredge quickly. You tell Ludin to stay by the caravan. He folds his arms and mutters something about being treated like a child. Let's do it. Oh, that's more than I expected. Okay. Good music. Let's ignore those ones up there for the moment. We'll take care of this big group down here. I'll keep this guy to keep them busy. Okay. Wait, what does Sundering Impact do? 100% to hit, +1 strength, +1 break to target, +1 break to heavy impact. No, let's just hit him. Oh, that's fucking terrifying screaming noise. This guy up here, keep those guys busy. Turn. Turn. You can come down here and help these guys out. Ouch. Bang! One down, okay. Break his armor! I meant to use Bring the Pain. I can't remember what Bring the Pain does, but I remembered I wanted to use it. Oh, he's got terrible break armor. I need to upgrade that. Get down here. Oh, he's got a bow as well. He's like Rook. Meanwhile, Skogr up here just kicking ass. Doesn't even give a shit. Oh, are you serious? One whole damage from that. What's his name? Gunir. Gunnulf. Gunnulf was gonna die, I have a feeling. Break armor. Come on, Skogr, you tough old bastard. Now, what does Bring the Pain do? Break damage on target, +1 return the favor. And Gunnulf is dead. There he goes. God damn it, Gunnulf. He'd be awesome for fighting people, not so much for fighting Dredge. That big ass fucking axe. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, this just got scary, serious. Actually, can I move again? No, I can't move again. God damn it. Of course it's his turn. Can I rally myself? I can rest for a turn. God, Hakon ripped shit up. 2 damage. That's all we needed to do. Nice. Oh, they get extra willpower for being great morale. That's good. Let's take out that guy. He's got more armor. Oh god. Ooh. Oh dear god, this is gonna be bad. Break his armor a bit. Now fuck him up. Oh. Perfect. No! Oh no! No, no, no! There we go. Jesus Christ, I'm bad at this game. That was a massacre. Victory, the foes lying dead at your feet, blah blah blah. Eric is promoted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Renown. Well, that was. I should not have done that. I should have just sent some other guys after him. Let's make camp, because everybody is injured. Three days. Okay. Let's rest. They all better now? Oh, I need to rest for 3 days? Okay. I've got 64 days of the fight, so should be okay. A bit more important that everyone's ready to fight. Okay. Okay. So I think that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Hope you're enjoying the series. I'm certainly enjoying it. This game is pretty fucking great. And, oh god, it's so pretty! I know I go on about it all the fucking time, but it doesn't stop being pretty. Okay. That was episode 4 of Madbird Plays the Banner Saga. Hope to see you again on episode 5, and see you next time.